I'm glad I got my power back on, because this is definitely something I did not expect. That's for sure. Okay, see if chat's working. Should. Excellent. Okay. All good to go. Hey, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing alright. Streaming a little later today because my power died. So yeah, we just got the power restored. Hey Lendy, yeah, it's 5 a.m. I would have started streaming at 4 a.m. your time, but I lost power. Okay, my golden seeds. Good to see you guys. But alright, so let's see how far I can get if I can complete region 2. So let's get a warm up in order. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just do Fire Gods Magatama. Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. What's my mewing streak? What the hell? I don't mew. I actually know what that is. I don't have a mewing streak. I'm not beating the Unk allegations. You know, I'm not trying to beat the Unk allegations. I'm totally like an uncle. Hey, what's up, Gershan? Oh, damn it. Brief hesitation. Oh hey, it's Seki with a raid. Holy shit, we got 52 people coming in. Seki raid indeed. Ozymandias, good to see ya. Hey Seki, thanks. I've seen you play Nioh a few times. Oh, this is not a good showcase for what you can okay, this is a good showcase of what you can expect. But yeah, what were you up to? Did you get to play? He's been playing Rise of the Ronin? Ooh, how far did you get? Yeah, Dream of the Nioh, basically. It's addictive, isn't it? Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Rise of the Ronin I really enjoyed. What weapons are you using? Got any particular favorites or? Am I gonna die? Oxtail and Greatsword at the moment? Ah, that's fun. I love Greatsword. I really enjoyed playing with the Greatsword and Odachi so much. You like the Saber and Uchi? What is that? Odachi's great too? Okay. Oh, just the Uchi Katana? Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Bruh. Bruh, what you doing? Hey, hey! That's fun. So wait, what chapter are you on in Rise of the Ronin? You just got to Edo? Oh, okay. I'm keeping my mouth shut. Any particular favorite enemies? You 100% Yokohama? Yeah. Yeah, okay, you are really enjoying it then. 30 hours and you 100% in Yokohama? Some good shit. Okay, Raven Tengu, what you got? Take my sweet ass time, yeah. Oh wait, that didn't actually work? Okay, what you got? Oh, hey, that was disrespectful. Come on, come here. Oh, sucked there. Okay. Yeah, I saw that coming. So let's see, who... Did you get the hidden bosses? I'm guessing you did, based on you saying you got the 100%. Did you get to fight the hidden bosses in Yokohama as well? Some of like the secret ones? I think there's like 2 or 3 or something. Probably not, actually. Ooh. Those ones are fun. Yeah, it's not shown on the map. There is a tell, like, out in the world to find them. But it's a little tricky. Yeah, yeah. They're definitely really cool. Do you have any particular favorite combat styles or anything like that? You have to go back and to get their names. Yeah, their name. There's a lot of names. The Oxtail Blade has sick combos. Yes, it does. Do I see myself playing Ninja Gaiden 4 again consistently? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, totally. Without a doubt. Hey, it's going where, Anuj? How are you? Okay, what's the closest thing to Oxtail Blade in this game? There isn't really anything. Greatsword, though, yes, there very much is. I'll take that. Might as well. Okay, what we got here? Do I have an advanced what? What type of guide? Alright, hold on. I got some good questions upcoming. Let me take out this Wyra and then I'll be more than happy. Do I have an advanced sword guide? Yeah, I got like probably every guide you could want for Nioh. Probably. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so I have Nioh guides on my YouTube channel, so you can just Google, you'll find it there. Oh, that's the end of the mission. Okay. How do you think they're going to implement a scythe into Yakumo's moveset, which already has the weapons? I imagine that the Dark Dragon Blade will get replaced. At least for the purposes of the story. And then Yakumo will most likely have 6 main weapons. That's my guess. For like New Game Plus and whatnot. Beyond that, I'm not sure. But yeah, probably just like double press on the directional pad or something like that. But yeah, I guess we'll find out. But yeah, stream's overall doing pretty well. Anuj, thanks for asking, of course. So Shadow Cloudsphere. Hey Poofer, I'm making an arms, gauntlets, and shoulder armor to go with my Nioh 3 Ninja cosplay for when I do live streams on Nioh 3. Nice! I'll drop a video on how I made the cosplay. Yeah, that sounds really cool. Looking forward to it, of course. Golden Seed, I missed your comments about your PlayStation 4 is doing more drip than a Red Bull sponsor car. Of course it is. Could I use Axe and Fist? I'll just use it now. How about that? We'll do Axe and Fist right now, since that's your request. Here you go, Gershon. You happy? Get your Axe and Fist. Let's go. Did my PS4 controller have drift? No. Mine did not. But I may not have used it like yours, or like you have, or maybe my controller was just a little stronger or something. I mean, who knows? God. Yeah, I'm straight up punching people. Let's go. Ooh, get axe flash attack. What's up? Alright, let's wash away the filth. Okay, close enough. Did I do Golden Guy yet? Imagawa Yoshimoto? Yeah. Are Smash players unable to play Nioh because bathing is a mechanic? What the hell, dude? That's mean, I'm guessing? Is that some reference to how they might be unclean? Because if so, that's very rude, Kusarigama enjoyer. Is there anything in Nioh 2 that you wish was in Nioh 3? At this time, I'm hoping that we can have like a third Guardian Spirit skill slot, kind of like we have 3 yokai abilities. That's my hope. Really. It's really about it, but it might change. There's lots of things I don't remember being clear, like from the get-go in Nioh 2. So who knows? What's the most memorable or fun moment you've had with the game? Ooh. That's really difficult. I think some of it boils down to when I feel like I'm able to pull off something really cool in my games. Usually. But honestly, I don't know. Like, for me, I'm kind of at a point where I don't really look for the most memorable moment as opposed to am I continuously having memorable moments, if that makes sense. So rather than having one peak experience that, like, I just don't think about it. So rather than having one peak experience that's like, oh, that's the high that I'm chasing, it's like, well, once things surpass a certain threshold, I'm good. And so there's a lot of those moments, and what's nice is I can replicate them. So that's pretty nice. I think in Nioh 2 we did just start with 2 skills. I'm not certain on that though. Oh, double kill. I think it was 2 yokai skills in Nioh 2. But truth be told, a lot of that was just not explored, even by me. I was so dismissive of it altogether. Hey, what's up, Venom? How are you? most memorable moment wasn't with us, chat. Obviously not Golden Seed, otherwise I would have fucking mentioned it. Gosh. Duh. That's what you get. That's what chat gets for being all mean about all the Gonki garbage. Shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I have regrets. Whoa, 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 hey, hey! Oh shit! This is a bad idea. What have I done wrong? I didn't. Oh god! Ah! What? No, I don't deserve a golden seed. Come on. No! Oh, I didn't deserve that. Come on. Come on. It's the Revenant of Gaki jokes past. Oh, get out. Get out of here. Lucky drop accessory. I might want this. Not really though. Okay. No, that was chat. No, that was a game glitch. No, that wasn't karma. That was a game glitch. Come on. No, it was just hacking. Okay, you guys hacked the game. It's not my fault, by the way. No. Chat, let's change the subject. So anyway, how's your guys' day? Are you guys excited for Nioh 3? Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys are? Wow, this is such a lovely conversation. Yeah, so fun. Has nothing to do with Gakis. This is great. Wow, chat. This is such... Why we should have streams like this all the time. No, there's no Revenant incident. I don't know what y'all are talking about. This is... No, there's no such thing. See, no Revenant instant. Revenant's dead. See, everything's fine. Actually got a soul core, I think. What did I just pick up? is a little too close quarters. If I can just have a little bit of breathing room. Take out that Wyra. I want to take out some other things. Can I showcase hatchets next? Yeah, absolutely. Shit, my face. Are there any yokai abilities that are just useless off the top of my head? I would say the most useless is like the most obvious, like Biwa Boku Boku. You just get like damage plus on like against revenants, but it's otherwise kind of pointless. Beyond that, there's some utility for all of them, to a certain degree. Would I mind sharing my skill setup for a fist? Not at all. Yeah. Gurshan, it's implied that Gaki is fucking useless. Alright, you can take a look at the high stance stuff. You can see mid stance stuff as well. And then here's low stance. You know what, Gurshan? This is why I have trust issues. So yeah, okay, just take a look. You can take a look, of course, and pause the screen as you need to. Why no custom active skill? I just don't really need it for the most part. There's some moments I'll use it. Oh, got a Scampus core, nice. There's some moments I'll use it, but it's usually like, oh, I want a little extra key damage or something. Holy shit! Damn, dude. Got a little greedy there. Yeah, this mission's taking me a little longer than I had hoped. Alright, just time to clear it. You like the change that they remove zero key combos? Yeah, I'm cool with it. I don't think zero key combos were all that engaging. I'm cool with it, man. What about you? What are your thoughts on it? What's a zero key combo? So basically you get an enemy to a zero key state, right? So here, I'll try to demonstrate it. It's as the words sound. You get them to zero key and then you just keep pummeling them mercilessly. And they can't really do anything because they're at zero key. With yokai there is a limitation because eventually the yokai will refresh their key. But pretty much most human enemies can't do shit. They'll just sit there and take it because you'll just keep getting them out of key over and over and over again. So it does start to become a true combo. As so far, the impression is that they have taken it out of Nioh 3, at least on human opponents. Oh, that's why he hurts. So yeah, but the zero key combo is, it's not that you would combo, you'd like attack an enemy a lot at a zero key state. It's that with humans, you could, like, there's certain bosses where I could just stick them, I could get them to zero key and then set up like effectively an infinite loop so they can't do anything. So they're entirely trivialized. So I'm personally okay with it being like them removing that aspect where enemies are trivialized. That's my only real issue with it. Now, if there was like a window per se where it's like, oh, you have a certain window of time or something where you can do those things, then I'd be fine with it. But it's just like the complete disengagement of the enemy altogether is what I dislike. But I do understand as well, Chicken Burrito, as you're talking about, is that being able to pull that off was quite fun. It was pretty satisfying, especially if you went with variety. But yeah. But I do understand, like, I love combo discovery. It's like one of the best things for me to create in games. It's like, yeah, I want to discover more. That's what I try to do with everything, is I try to discover like a new cool way to interact with an enemy. Or some shit like that, you know? Alright, whatever. Be it. If they reduce the amount of BS attacks human bosses have and have more methods to deal with the situations, then I'm cool. Right. So I think Chicken Burrito is also making a very excellent point about how many of the human bosses in Nioh 2 at large are like, they're just in general very hard to interact with. Because they are. Like, yeah, Saito Toshimitsu is perfect. for the most part, it's just very difficult to engage with him to even really fight him, because most of the time he's just doing really irritating shit, period. So it starts to become very stressful and just unfun at large. Oh my god, toughness anima charge. This might be a decent one to try. Right, so of course, if for example they remove zero key combos, which is one like pretty much fail-proof, like foolproof way to actually at least allow the player to engage with enemies and to actually fight back, then yeah, in a vacuum it's like, okay, well, human bosses can trivialize us, but what do we get to do? Like, are we just helpless the entire time? And then it just starts to feel bad, right? And so I don't have enough information on the human bosses at this time to make any decisive conclusion. And also the addition of a lot of new mechanics in Nioh 3, like, it's just hard for me to predict right now. Like, is it going to feel great? Or are there going to be new cheap things? I mean, there probably will be. But it's just, you know, the lay of the land has been altered so much, it's hard to tell. So I'm just reserving judgment for the time being, simply because I don't have enough data to make a conclusion I would be satisfied with. But in a vacuum, yeah, like, lessening a player option is of course going to feel bad, no matter what. So okay, do additional hits Mystic Art and Split Staff mean more elemental application? I think so. I haven't tested it extensively. Sure, others have, though. Right, Gorix. Hopefully we see that the human enemies, and enemies in general, have a way for you to be able to engage with them, to be able to fight with them, to interact with them. We just are going to have to see, like, how it plays out. I think yokai enemies in general are in a good spot. And so it's just, I'm unsure about human bosses so far. At this point in time, it's like, okay, you have a set window to punish them, so go all out as much as you want in that set window, and then make sure you get a grapple at the end. That seems to be what they're going for. And I imagine, like, I mean, we'll just have to see what really happens. The deflect mechanic, all the tools, the aerial combat, like, it's just hard for me to tell. I don't know. I didn't have enough time to, like, lab Shinsaku, Takatsugi Shinsaku at all. Alright, one, two, three. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break, do a scroll. And I'll showcase, like, how zero key combo... Like, I think Yorimitsu is actually a really good boss to showcase some of the more frustrating aspects of Nioh human boss fights. Okay, let's see, did I get anything cool? Ooh, Pit Viper? What's the trade? Spearfall damage versus 5% active skill key consumption. Is it an upgrade or a downgrade? I mean, I'll hold on to it. Alright, so let me just get some corrupted weapons on. Let me see, I think I'll try just Tonfa and Split Staff just to kind of just show you what the hell will happen. Okay. So Yoshitsune should be pretty quick, and then I'll go for, yeah. Okay. Hey, what's up, Morgan? Okay. Shit, my key. Okay, let's get Yorimitsu out of key. Having a little trouble here, but once I get her out of key, it's gonna be fine. Okay, here you go. I'm gonna be cheap as fuck. I didn't execute that at all. Well. Alright, now this should be a lot easier. Can she do anything when she's out of key? She could do nothing. She was entirely helpless, and that was me taking advantage of a whole confusion loop. There was just a whole moment. So right, like she got like bullied entirely. So the issue to me is really just she can't do shit. That's the unfun part. Now, would I want, like, I would want players to be able to go all out and be like, ooh, I try this, I try that. I want that to happen. I just also don't want there to be a prolonged period of time where human enemies are just like, they're useless. That kind of sucks. That's just my stance on it. So, okay. How often were you able to parry attacks in Nioh 3? It's a universal thing. Deflect is universal. More in that. It doesn't work against burst attacks or grabs. I prefer making the distinction between zero-key combos and zero-key loops infinites, the issues they need to add at some point. But I don't want them removing what sets humans apart in the process. Right, and I understand that as well, Witty. And good to see you. Right, so Witty Clever Name, who's on YouTube for anyone who's watching on Twitch. I think he hits the point exactly. Having that player expression through those zero-key combos is fine, right? Obvious, but having zero-key infinites combo, and you just, like you saw, like I was just like, all right, here you go, we got a human enemy, put confusion on, and then let me just go all out with like non-stop incessant damage and just pummeling her with like everything. And the thing is, with a boss like her, I could, if I was playing better, if I had a more adequate setup, I could basically go from her being at 100% health to 0% health with her having no interaction at all. She'll just do nothing. She will become useless. And so that just takes away from the fun parts of her moveset entirely. Like, she can't do anything and it sucks. I don't want my bosses to become like that. But I certainly think having like some time to be able to go all out and like destroy them is like fine. It's like, no, this is my earned punish, where I get to fucking punish them. That's fine. And I can decide if I want to go for a grapple or make certain pros or cons about like, oh, I do all my combos versus do combos and then a grapple, or do a grapple right away. Like, that'd be fine. But, right, it's just, as it is in Nioh 2, it's just not a great balance, and we'll just see how it plays out in Nioh 3. But right now the concern is, hey, they're taking away things that that are like they're taking away stuff from us. It feels bad. But I'm reserving judgment until I really get to work with all the systems, because there might just be some things I just like do not know about. Who knows? I know enemies like Saito Toshimitsu I just like do not want to deal with in Nioh 3. That same experience. Saito Toshimitsu, he does... I don't really recall him ignoring that. Is Omnia magic in Nioh 3? Yes. What the hell? Anima char... Oh, this is pretty good. What do I lose? I lose some anima. Life drain melee kill. Dude, I'll equip that. That's pretty good. Anima charge, melee attack, and increase attack wounded enemy. That's gonna be very handy for a while. Shadows of a Dream. Okay. That helmet's crazy. I'm gonna be very upfront with you. It is a good one. It is actually a good one, but I wouldn't use it. Simply because these stats irrelevant to me. Don't care about that one. These two are nice, but the increased attack wounded enemy, I can obtain from other sources. The only really big thing for me is this anima charge on melee attack. Now the Saruta Hiko's Grace is nice, I do have to admit. I'm just ignoring the Omio magic. I don't really need it all that much anymore. Yeah, 18% for anima charge is ridiculous. Yes, it very much is. Okay, so I've got 3 missions. So I've got 2 main missions. I will do... I want to end off on the Hollow Fortress. Let's do this one first then. I think dual swords in Nioh 3 are... I don't know. To be upfront how much better it will be. Damn it, I totally want to get that guy. I should keep that helmet regardless. I can totally get a better one. I don't really feel like doing this mission. Damn it, I want to kill it in time. I've done this one. I don't think there's anything new. You can easily get better ones. And Saruta Hiko's is not really at a loss for anima charge. Whoa. I have no idea what's happening anymore. There's too many things. Okay. How would you farm that stat though? I mean, it's hard to explain. Anima charge is a rare stat, but it's not as rare as some of the stuff that I'm thinking about. Okay, bro, I actually do not want to do this mission. It's not as rare as you might think. Like, it just seems rare right now. Because it's like the only thing I have, right? It's a good stat. It very much is. But I will tell you very upfront, if it wasn't for my other shitty loot, I'd be like, it's kind of trash. I'd be like, yeah, it's trash. No joke. Not a single layer of BS. Alright, hold on. Let me catch up in chat in a moment. Where would you farm it? I would just stack like a shit ton of loot drop type stuff. Seriously, like in the underworld, like I have gotten stuff where it's like it starts to get to the point where it's like, oh, four-starred stats, trash. Don't need it. It's not the exact perfect roll. Alright, I'll catch up with chat in a moment. It's just hold on. Trying to make sure I kill this enemy. And I wanna of course address every question adequately. So once I get to the shrine, I will I'll catch up. Okay, so how would I farm that stat? Truth be told, I just stack a whole bunch of like, get me a bunch of divines, divine item drop rate, get me a whole bunch of ethereal item drop rate, just all that shit. Just maximize all the loot options and just get like 500 ethereals at any given moment. And just due to how many things you get, you'll get a shit ton. The zero key combo is probably like an exploit that is not intended, but my problem is grapple damage being low, that it doesn't give enough sense of progression when I get a boss's zero key. Right, and so I'm right there with you. The grapple can feel very, very much just like shitty compared to doing all the insane damage output that zero key combos can provide. Right. So that could be something they adjust, for example, where it could be like, oh, you do a couple of attacks in between prior to your grapple. That's what it seems like they're doing for Nioh 3. Now the tweaking for balancing for those grapples is something I guess that's on them. Right, and in Sekiro, getting the grapple is like very dramatic. It's a very dramatic like finish. So you're like, oh, I definitely want to get it. But that's a whole different system altogether. Nioh is a little interesting in that respect since it's much more RPG based. So balancing like the damage output like is tricky. But still, some grapples are supposed to be like kind of major. So I do understand that reservation. Am I max level right now? Nope. Not at all. I have like a little under 300 levels to go. Well, right. I don't want to keep massaging a boss for 5 minutes, right? We want our bosses to be in a timely fashion. I get it. How did bosses feel in Nioh 3? I didn't get enough time to really lab them, and plus it's also comparing things on base difficulty, like samurai difficulty. Oh, so far Nioh 3 bosses felt good. I haven't, like, I can't get that much of an impression yet. So far, so good. They just seemed more interesting, and it's, again, really hard for me to evaluate all these things. Because I could say the bosses feel like crap, but then it could just be because I don't know how to engage with the game, which is a big factor in it. Like, I don't know how to fully mess around with things. But so far, I think that the potential of boss fights and combat in general in Nioh 3 can surpass Nioh 2. Just based on what's been provided. What's the best stat spread? Depends on your build. There is no right or wrong answer with that. Just depends on your build. If you're going with Onmyo magic, like, well then get a lot of magic. Ooh, nice. Let's play some spear for fun. Might as well throw in a spear, Kusa. Why the hell not? Golden Seed, did you not see in the Nioh 3 most recent trailer? Apparently there's Daidra Bochi. Hey Mommy G. Don't remind you of that. Too late now. Okay, who's left? Skeleton? Okay, have I cleared this area yet? Nope. Done? Okay. You haven't played as much Fists, and recently I discovered that I can get Fracture Foe and Knife Hand strikes from any stance as long as I switch to the one with it, and this just made it playing it 2 times more exhausting. Yep. That's the interesting thing when it comes to Fists, for sure. More to learn, you know? Hey Dark Vontae, I'm doing good, how are you? Ooh, you're playing Razor's Edge? Oh shit, I got paralyzed? Bruh. You really got a grapple on me, man? Fuck off. It's a Scroll of the Wise. I did all that for a Scroll of the Wise? Fuck that. Tossing that shit. Razor's Edge is fun. Have you played Ninja Gaiden 4? Dodge range up? Nah. Oh, you can't play it. Oh no, how come? You took my grab, you dodo. My turn. Whoa! Whoa, easy there. Don't have a platform that can. Oh no! I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. Alright, come on. That sucks, bro. Sorry. Well, I hope you're able to get a platform that can enjoy Ninja Gaiden 4. So Witty, you had made a statement. It had occurred to me that the whole corruption gauge thing might be in 3 as a skill for ninja, the way guard key pulse is a skill for samurai. Interesting. Okay. Okay. That is peculiar. Maybe. Oh, I've unlocked everything now. Great. Great. Cool, cool. Okay, so I can do the entirety of all of the things. Very nice. If I wanted the mage locks, I could go for the mage locks. Might as well. Alright, main mission time. Could I do 2 missions in the full time? I'm not sure. What? What the hell, dude? I didn't expect the range. Aww. This shouldn't be that hard though. Yeah, I feel bad, dude. No Nioh 3. I hope your streams of it are good. No pressure, of course. Man, I really wanted that Azuma drop. Here's a fun little zero-key combo. Seems fair. Top tier gameplay. Did you ever get used to using Chainlink in Ninja Gaiden 4? Yes. And did it actually make a significant impact on creating combo styling on enemies? Yes. Absolutely. Ooh, life train active skill. Yeah, keep that. Yes, Chainlink is absolutely fantastic and makes a significant impact on gameplay. No question about it. I use Chainlink a lot. Did you by chance get to see my most recent Ninja Gaiden 4 guide? It just came out like a few days ago. So I kind of showcased some things about Chainlink in there that might be of interest to you. Alright, so let's do Kametachi and one. Yeah, I'll do Kametachi, both side missions, and then final mission, and then region 2 should be done. Okay, well... that's a lot more life for active skill, though. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Okay. Alright, dual swords, and what have I not used in some time? Can I use Odachi? You got it. Let's see. Ooh, I haven't used hatchets. I'll use hatchets and Odachi. That could be fun. Jax, I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Got nothing. Oh wait, is this 4-piece Ame? Oh my god. The key recovery feels good. Dude, fight me, you freaking coward. Jeez. Gosh, those guys are terrifying. Never to be underestimated. I almost died. So you're recommending Nioh to someone, and it's kind of weird to like explain that Nioh is actually really good to somebody that just sees it as Souls but unfair. Interesting. You were so correct about the timing of a demo for Nioh 3. Yeah, I guess I was. Is the timing of Bolting Boar the same as Phantom Burst Counter? I'd say it's reasonably close, yes. Yeah, trying to see Nioh as and evaluating it from the lens of a Souls-like will do it a disservice. 100%. It's like, if I'm to see this game through the lens of, oh, every other FromSoft game I have played, dude, the Nioh sucks, then. It absolutely will suck. There's just no doubt about it. Kidding me? It just lacks so much that people are a fan of in Souls-likes. But if you can appreciate it for the uniqueness that it offers, and you can look for that, oh my god, it's such a blast. Which is why I keep playing it, and have no need to play any Souls-like. To me, that mentality is kind of trying to play GTA like it's Battlefield or something. You put it really well, yeah. Hot take, you should play the game that you're playing. That's so controversial. How could you fucking say that? People will be like, oh, bad Souls-like, because graphics, yeah, all that shit. Oh, the bosses are kind of whatever, or oh, they copied this, or they copied that, or whatever dumb shit. And it's like, it's very clear, it's just not, it shows a very, like, it shows a pretty big lack of understanding. I do agree. And so again, just to be clear, I'm also very critical of how Nioh markets itself. At least from what I've seen. Maybe it's different for people in the Japanese side of things, because Koei Tecmo I think is most popular over there, and same with Team Ninja. I think like market share over here is like 10%. But right, like for me, watching the marketing materials from anything to do with Nioh gives me no idea whatsoever about the real gameplay that's possible. It certainly doesn't. It certainly doesn't show me, hey, this is the gameplay I can experience. It's like not there at all. Okay. I did have like one of the Koei Tecmo America staff. He was just like, yeah, we specifically lobbied to get you here. Because like, yep, I've seen how this guy plays. We want this guy here. I was like, whoa, damn, thanks. You know, and whether that's due to the gameplay that I have, whether that's due to my guides or whatever, regardless, they wanted that to give some sort of evaluation on the game at large. Alright, come on, I'm gonna bolting bore you. Let's go. Oh shit. Am I gonna die? I'm fucked. God damn it. Right, so I think with Ninja Gaiden 4 though, they did a good job in showcasing things that are appropriate for action games. They showed the gameplay. And it was done at like Master Ninja. I thought it was done overall pretty well. So I don't really have any issues with, or rather I don't have as many issues with how Ninja Gaiden 4 was showcased compared to Nioh. They are releasing this game for the third time already. Everyone knows how to play it by now. Yes, people know how to play it. No doubt. Of course people know how to play it. What I'm critiquing is that I still don't think enough people are aware of just how it can be played. Right. I think in terms of, like, it's just not very clear. Like, I'm sorry, I have to bring myself into the picture and toot my own horn here, just to make it easier. So, people don't know it can be played the way that I play it. Enough people. I think people are aware of builds, but that's for like any game. Any RPG builds, that's like to be fucking expected. Right, and Autumn Red provides a very good point on YouTube. Even people who play the first game like it was intended, like me, did not know how to play Nioh 2. That was the same with me. I dismissed yokai abilities altogether, and I was a huge Nioh 1 fan. But I fucking dismissed it. The only time I started to consider and started to chip away at those preconceived notions was when I saw another player start using yokai abilities, and his name was like G-Soul, and I featured him in a combo mat. And I watched him do some really interesting shit. I'm like, and that started to get me like a little curious. I was like, huh. I'm like, this is different. And so that lack of awareness also happened back in Nioh 1, when I played it very much like a Souls-like. I did like mid-stance, flowing shadow build, stack a bunch of damage, spam that for days. And maybe do like 2-3 quick draw loops. Then I saw this Nioh player named Fear Dude. He's younger than myself, and he was like a German player. And I watched him like combo all sorts of shit. I'm like, whoa, he's pulling it off really cool. Like, I kind of want to be able to do something like that. That looks fun. Otherwise, I just kind of... it was so easy for me to be comfortable with the idea like, hey, I don't really need to do anything else. And it's true, I didn't need to. But then when I saw like, yo, this shit looks so appealing, I'm like, okay, bro, I want to understand that. That looks so cool. How does that work? And then from there, I got curious about Nioh 1. I didn't remain open-minded in Nioh 2 because I was a fucking idiot. But now in Nioh 3, I've learned my lesson, where it's like, well, I can have a lot more fun because even if I'm not aware of what is possible in Nioh 3, I can now see that there are ingredients, and now that I've gotten more curious and try to test them out in the demos, I'm like, dude, this shit can be fucking crazy. I'm so excited. But that's like... Right, Nioh games are an onion you can just keep peeling and finding more layers and more to do. Right. We know that. I don't expect many other people to know that. And I don't expect enough people to be curious about that from the get-go. That's a wild card. And so I think it would behoove companies like Team Ninja to just give a taste of that, of what that onion, so to speak, is like. I think Ninja Gaiden 4 did a good job when there's like, here's Master Ninja gameplay. I was like, yo, that looks kind of cool. And then like, you know, some people did dismiss it, but they showcased it. There was that effort placed into it. And that was cool to see. I'm like, oh shit. Like, it was very clear, like, they're pushing that. To introduce that to players. So with Nioh, I'm not saying have everything focused on that. But just showcase, like, here's just a snippet of cool shit that's possible. Just here you go. Interestingly enough, when the Nioh 2 second DLC was coming out, Team Ninja did showcase stuff like that. They had a Fists gameplay showcase. And they did like a scroll where you fought against Benkei or something. And you could see that even if the play wasn't like the absolute most perfect thing ever, anyone who was interested in Nioh and was like, dude, the fist looks so fucking cool. It was like, and then of course I could see the gears turning, and like whoever was playing is like, hey, I want to get a limitless finisher off on the boss. And just like chain everything. I'm like, whoa, I don't know what the fuck is happening, but this looks so good. I don't think there's a single person who's played Nioh that has like a massively negative opinion of the fists. It's like, whoa man, fists like a fighting game. You can combo, oh shit. Oh man, it's so powerful. Oh my god, fists are OP. Like, there's pretty much endless praise for the fists. And I think the fist showcase was a good part in showcasing that. I don't think there's any, like, no one needs to like justify the fists are powerful. There's kind of an agreement, yeah, fists are great. Now other weapons, people are like, there's questions about it. But I think that fist showcase did a good job. And I just wish there was more things like it. Doesn't even have to be entirely the same thing. But even something where they just showcase like 10, 15 to 20, 30 seconds of footage at most. Maybe just like 10, 15 seconds of like cool combos, cool gameplays put together. Like just put in a snippet from the player against a boss. And just showcase like 10, 15 seconds of that. Be like, whoa, that's pretty cool. That's what I think would be nice. So that's what I would hope for something with marketing. Of course, showcase some build things, but like really, let's dive under the hood. I want to see what's possible in the game. It can just be like 5, even just like 2% of what is possible. But if that 2% is like enough to hook me, I'm like, yo, I'm curious. I really like want to get into it and learn more. Then I'm going to go into it. But hey, again, I'm not in charge of any of this marketing stuff. But that's just my thoughts on it. And I think that type of stuff could help it really make it differentiated, the Nioh differentiated from a lot of other games that it might be seen as competition for. But for the most part, it's like a story-based trailer, some like cool interaction with like a boss, where a boss like stomps on you or something. You're like, oh cool, big stuff. But the differences that Nioh provides compared to Souls-likes is just not very clear to me from their trailers. I'm never like hyped by their trailers. I'll just put it that way. I'm more hyped by like, oh, the game's coming out, I can't wait to dive into it, as opposed to like, yo, let's spend like so much geeking out over the trailer. There's so many cool details, I can't wait. The demo itself, the fact that there's a demo I get to play with it is, I'm like, oh, that's gonna be so fun. Okay. What tier would I give Odachi? Odachi is a very effective and powerful weapon. It's favored by many. It's a good weapon. I don't know. I don't really put things on a tier list in terms of like meta. I just know for Odachi and Nioh 2, like I'm like, yeah, it's good, it's effective, but it kind of gets a little dry for me to play at the same time. It is very powerful though. Oh shit, we got a fucking Fuki over here. What's a good stat number for overall good key? Shit, who's firing at me? Oh, I got a dumbass cocky. Oh shit. Hold on. Alright, I gotta pay attention. Got fucking Yakumo over here. Fuki is no joke. That's actually pretty decent. Is it a fair criticism that good Nioh play usually is multiple playthroughs when you have a set that can make the game crazier? I think the best gameplay comes at that point with a lot of time, practice, experience, all of that. But I certainly think, at least for so this is besides your point, but I think like good gameplay is not restricted to that. I think there's enough at the beginning for players, just like 10-15 seconds of kick-ass gameplay is not that difficult to do. Even just choreographed, it's really not. Like, I do it all the time. And even just like in a trailer where you're like, whoa, what the fuck was that sequence? That looks so cool and unique. Here's some cool new moves I've never seen before. Whoa, what are these interactions? What the fuck's happening? There's a lot of good shit and it just looks really cinematic. Like, that's possible. I think when people realize they need to beat the tutorial playthrough and realize they have to do it multiple times to get to the good part, they get demotivated when they see how long it could take. Exactly. That is another concern as well. But I also agree with Witty. I do think, at least in Nioh 3, it is massively inflated how long it will take to start to play at a reasonably awesome level. I'm playing for the first time on the PS5. You can see that just with a couple of skills, like, I'm doing just fine. But again, the awareness of that, the lack of awareness thereof, is part of the problem, I think. Hey, what's up, Lana? It's good to see you. Thanks for dropping by, Alana. I appreciate it. I do think that the new player experience could be improved, for sure. So, Witty, like, I agree with you, of course. I agree with both of you guys, and I think when it comes to what Team Ninja can do, I think, I agree players could be more curious, but that's not something that people can really control. That's an individual choice. I do agree, individual players, like, there's gonna be some players that will not remotely give a fuck. But I am also considering people, like, I'm thinking about people who want to give Nioh a chance, but then will find themselves fucking confused and overwhelmed. I'll tell you, when I started playing Nioh 3, I got overwhelmed, dude. I was like, yo, this is a lot to learn in a couple of hours and all that shit. And that's me. Imagine what it's like for somebody who doesn't know. I still think the new player experience could be streamlined, whether it comes to learning things and teaching things. I'm still going to be making guides for that reason, because I do not think the tutorials will be adequate enough for players to get a real hang of things. I expect them to get overwhelmed. I would be surprised. Right. Between utility and crafty alone, it needs a wiki just to figure out a lot. Right, that's the thing. A player in a vacuum is just so much to learn and understand. It's just it's not like, some things are intuitive in this game, no doubt. But a lot of like the spicy stuff that makes Nioh enjoyable is not going to be apparent. I don't think it's going to be apparent. Which is again why I'm saying, hey Team Ninja, please make it more apparent to players. Could I do dual swords and sword? Yeah, sure. And I don't want, I think it's very much a trap. And this isn't directed at anyone in particular. But I do think... Okay, it would also... For me, games are kind of like music. Not every game needs to sing the same way. If people feel overwhelmed by Nioh's possibilities, then it's not their game. I mean, yes. Even despite knowing that, I still think the game could be streamlined better. Yes, I get overwhelmed. I did get overwhelmed with Nioh 3. When I played the demo for 3 hours in California, I was like fucking mentally exhausted. Last to Load and I were chatting about like, dude, there's so much in this game. Like, even when I was going through the skill list, I was like, holy shit, this is awesome stuff. But I'm like, I do not have time to appreciate all of this. I have a limited amount of time. So I want more time with this. I'm a fan of Nioh, but I can understand that players are just not going to want to deal with that sensation. And I think some confusion and some struggle is fine. I think some quote-unquote suffering is okay. But not when it's out of control. Not when a player doesn't have any agency to do anything about it. I'm still going to be critical over the new player experience for Nioh. Right? If ultimately the game is about, like... Right? It's one thing when it's like a huge... It's one thing when it's a challenge, alright? A challenge that feels overwhelming, but feels like if you learn something, you can overcome it, that's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. The Ninja Gaiden 4... I'm like, dude, I'm getting overwhelmed, but I feel like the reason I'm getting overwhelmed is because there's something I am lacking, which was very much the case. It was like, oh, I don't know how to use these mechanics. Okay, well, there are some very clear tutorials, and there's a training room where I can learn these mechanics. So sure, I suck at parry Fatal Flash timing. Right, I'm not talking about what they include. Team Ninja include whatever they want. They can have a bajillion different mechanics. That's fine. It's not about, like you're saying, Woody, it's not about what they include or what they don't include. It's their presentation. I'm critical on their presentation. I'm critical on their marketing. They can have their stances. They could add in 500 mechanics. But if they're able to present it in a way so that it's more digestible for players, especially at the beginning, great. Right? And just to be clear, I do know that some people will complain no matter what. Those are not the people I'm going to try to work with because, as I said, they're going to complain no matter what. So there's no fucking point. Now, I do think that, like, but as someone who wants to get into these games, I still find it quite a hurdle to figure things out. So as Jeep Guy was mentioning, he gave up on it because he was overwhelmed. He went back to Elden Ring. Right? So stuff like that happens. I think about people like Cass. Like, she would never play a game like this. In part because she's not into this type of... Like, that's just not her genre. But even outside of that, it's overwhelming for her. There's so much shit to learn. And so much to learn all at once when it's just like, hey, there's all this information. I can't make sense of it. I want to make sense of it, but I still can't. That sucks. I think that sucks. So right now, I don't know the exact solution per se. I mean, my solution has been, hey, let me just make guides on my own. That's pretty much what I do. I created the Nioh 2 Academy for that purpose because I was like, no one's going to be able to figure out how to play the way that I do at all. It's just going to be like, all right, here's 500 mechanics, but I don't really know how to make sense of it altogether. It's like, I don't have a fucking clue. I'm trying to figure it out, but I don't know. Okay, I come to a training ground, I do basic missions, but how do I assemble these pieces together? Oh, there's some weird interaction here that makes no sense, some arbitrary thing. It's like, bro, just make fucking sense. It's just the difference between for me, the critical difference with Nioh, and I think Nioh could improve upon this, is the challenge could be, it's not about the challenge. It has nothing to do with the level of challenge per se, as opposed to, do I see a pathway to overcome that challenge? If so, fine. I will dedicate time and energy towards mastering what I need to master in order to overcome that challenge. But if that structure isn't there in the first place, and I have no reasonable expectation or understanding of when... But if I have no understanding of how to get there, and the game doesn't make it clear to me, dude, I am going to get demotivated. It's like, it's just gonna suck. If it feels like the reason I am failing is because it is something outside of my control, something I cannot change, I am going to lose sight. I'm not going to be interested. I'm going to eventually just give up. There's a learned helplessness involved. I'm saying, hey, take away that feeling of learned helplessness by making it very clear that, hey, here are all your ways to learn the game. And if you go through this, you will learn enough. You will have a foundation. And there's going to be a lot of more complex things to learn, but, you know, some of that is just going to come through experience and through learning and applications and, you know, whatever. Like, you just go play the game, you'll be fine if you have this foundational skill set. And that's okay. But Team Ninja, I don't feel like Nioh has done that. Ultimately, if I realize it's my fault that I fucking failed, fine. And I'm like, God damn it, I sucked. It was my bad. Then no big deal. Then I'm like, alright, there's something I can learn. There's something I can apply myself towards. I can overcome this with dedication, with time, with practice. Okay. I have to study the enemy. I have to be creative. There's something I can change about what I am doing to overcome this challenge. That's all. And to me, for Nioh, that's just not clear, like, at all. For, like, it's not clear. It's not clear from the get-go. Honestly, if they just did things like Ninja Gaiden 4 does with tutorials, that'd be fine. Even something in that realm, teaching the value of the stances. Like, Ninja Gaiden 4 is a very challenging game on Master Ninja especially. But I don't really complain. If you notice about how I discussed Ninja Gaiden 4 compared to Nioh, it's very different. With Ninja Gaiden 4, when I see people on the internet complaining, I'm just like, dude, did you try the tutorial? Oh, you didn't? Okay, well, stop blaming the game. Do the fucking tutorial. I'm like, it's right there for you. Legit, Ninja Gaiden 4 does the type of stuff that I wish Nioh would do too. And that's it. Just legit. Like, if Nioh taught its mechanics like Ninja Gaiden 4 does, I would feel no need to complain. Period. Knowledge is power in this game, but most people don't want to put that much effort in learning when they're playing a video game. I certainly think some people will obviously be like that. But I also imagine there are plenty of people who want to give Nioh a chance, but just simply aren't aware of what is possible. And all I'm advocating for is, hey, it doesn't hurt to make people aware, in a more meaningful way from the fucking get-go. I can devote as much time into Nioh too, because I am aware of what's possible. I mean, dude, I'm also like a big fan. Shit. If Nioh is trying to sell more and become a mainstream game, just make it more accessible in the learning department. Make it easier to learn. I'm not saying sacrifice the vision or the mechanics. I don't want that at all. That would suck. I'm not saying make it easier. I'm saying make it like have a pathway to learn it. Tutorials are fine. Ninja Gaiden 4 did that very well. I'm only like critical of like 3 of the tutorials as I talk about in my most recent video. Parry timing, fatal flash timing, well the perfect fatal flash timing, and chain link. But everything else, I'm like, yeah, it teaches you how to do it and that's fine. Yeah, 30 hours to learn a core mechanic is too much, yeah. Having to be confused about that shit is not cool in my book at all. Should just not be a thing. Oh shit, I was doing the wrong thing, but I got away with it. Damn it. Alright, let me make some progress with Pookie. I won't be able to do as many missions as I want to today. Do. A lot of people didn't like the Ninja Gaiden 4 tutorial spam. Well, yeah, the tutorial spam's irritating. But I'm talking about, like, you go to Tyron, and you have the battle techniques. It's within your control. One thing I would say, Ozymandias, is, in my observation anyway, maybe you guys disagree with me, is that if there are things that players cannot control in when they're playing a video game, those are the things that can tend to be irritating. I would say generally minimize that unless it's like super important, like just basic controls. That's what I would say. I think I agree with Witty's statement a few minutes ago, which was, hey, get people to see what is possible gameplay wise, to at least get them curious. Kind of like in the same vein when people saw, oh my gosh, here's Poofer Llama's Nioh, 2,000 hours Nioh video. Alright, people can see, whoa, I don't know what's happening, but it looks cool. Or, oh, like, you got to see a lot of people weigh in to be like, holy shit, this was so different compared to what we expected. I didn't know you could play Nioh that way. Thank you so much, Poofer Llama, for all your guides, showing me how this game can be played so differently. Thanks for bringing me awareness. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. Right? That's a thing. Have that awareness from players. I think Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo did a great job, and I am tooting my own horn here, by inviting players like myself, by inviting Last to Load. I think that was great. You know, we got to, like, got to see that. I got to dive in, and I get to have, like, an informed opinion. Now, like, just have more exposure in that direction would be, I think, helpful. And I'm not saying take away build-based play or whatever else they're doing. I'm just saying, hey, add extra. This game's very inclusive. You can have so many people like this game. Right, so like, you know, we would all rag on IGN and whatnot for doing that. Like, Team Ninja doesn't have to change any, like, pretty much all I'm saying is that, like, Team Ninja's gameplay itself is fucking fire. Alright? I'm not saying, like, dramatically change anything. I'm like, no, keep all your complicated shit in there. Like, keep it. It's cool. Like, that's fine. No, minus the gaki. Delete that shit. Keep the fundamental gameplay that's in the game in there. That's fine. Don't sacrifice the skill ceiling. Don't do that whatsoever. I'm not even saying, like, lower the skill floor. This is not, like, they can keep their game overall as difficult as they want it to be. They could even have a crazy difficult game. That is fine. It's just, make it clear that to the players that for them to overcome that difficulty, that in some way, shape, or form, it is in their control. And it is a reasonable thing to go for. That is it. I certainly think more casual players can enjoy Nioh. And if they're curious about going more try-hard, that they can enjoy it too. So that's that. I do think with Ninja Gaiden 4, there are obviously some lessons to be learned from it. So, for example, hey, having those tutorial pop-ups does get fucking irritating. Sometimes players just want to, like, play the game. And then sometimes they'll hit a wall, right? Where it's like, but usually during that wall, it's like, okay, something to be learned. Having, like, being front-loaded a bunch of tutorials up front is annoying. Alright, it just is. But, and that's just, again, all at once. If it's spaced out, no big deal. It's not a matter of restricting things, it's a matter of pacing. Poofer, is Poofer your real name? No. It's not. It's not a real name at all. But yeah, again, just to be clear, I don't want Nioh's quality to be sacrificed. I want things to be accessible in the sense of just being able to learn it, to understand how to overcome it. That's all. A tutorial, something, like just like one tutorial with just like basic game mechanics. It's not that hard. I think Ninja Gaiden 4's, and I'm not talking about the tutorial pop-ups when you're fighting shit. Like, oh my gosh, I hated that too. But I'm talking about like, alright, go to Tyron, you learn a skill, and then like you can try it out. Okay. It gives you a little text, it gives you a couple of tries, like it lets you have to learn how to do it. Alright? And again, I think most of those battle tutorials were solid with the exclusion of like 3. Parry timing, perfect fatal flash timing, and chain link. Everything else is like, okay, this is explained. Here's the button combination. Here's how to do it. Now, when to do it is up to you. But you know what to do now. Figure it out if you want to beat the game on Master Ninja. If you don't want to, it's not because of the game. It's because you personally do not want to. It is your choice. That's up to you. That's fine. Like, okay. It doesn't feel bad. It's just like, it's just a choice. It is what it is. Is poofer an English word? It's a reference to a pufferfish. There's a whole story with it. No, does not translate to God key. You didn't get a chance to play the Nioh 3 demo. Does it look like there's going to be the same RNG slot machine for getting gear for endgame? I don't know much about endgame, but so far, like, how loot is being divided up doesn't seem to be that different. Like, except just more loot. Ryzen, that's mean. Very mean, dude. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna try to address certain concerns in a bit. I'm just a little bit in a time crunch now. Okay, so right, the whole Ralph, I'm right there with you about like having to grind all the loot over and over again to like get a skill drop. I hope they change that. I don't know how much they're changing that in regards to that one specific avenue, but I do see they've given players greater agency over getting certain pieces of loot. Or certain skills. That much that much I can confirm. So the RNG for builds is probably similar, but I think for skill drops it's more favorable, so it's more in your control. Ooh, I got ethereal ones. Are they better? Are they better? I mean, kinda. Melee damage versus purified? Yeah, I don't think so. Look at this, 4-star stats, and it is trash. Right, so the skill drops seem much, much more consistent. I think gear having RNG is okay, but gameplay elements that are locked behind RNG feels really bad. What weapon would you say is overall the best in game for most use cases? Honestly, you could use any of them. I'm at the point where I could use just about any and I'd be fine. I'm most comfortable with sword. Sword has a lot of options, so therefore I say sword. But it doesn't mean other players will probably say other weapons. Anyway, thank you for your content, for explaining how stuff works. Because of you, I managed to 100% both games. Hey, I'm glad I helped. You need tips from Poofer? My last playthrough to the depths. Alright, what's going on? I know, spending 1 hour to get a fist skill from Ren, that feels so bad. That's something I'd never want to do. Like, I do not enjoy doing that at all. Use Tonfas next? Sure. But yeah, so they're like, for example, for Nioh 3, one thing that players can do is they can equip certain crucible weapons that will basically give them, if they max the familiarity out on that, then what will happen is they'll eventually unlock a skill. Okay, should I have to speed up? Oh, bloody convenient. Where do I farm for corruption and purity stuff at this point in the game? I think Witty brought up a good point. I have to take his advice on the farming. I don't search for the corruption, I just try to take advantage of the multiple elements. Bye. Oh, So yeah, Brennan, my advice, I wouldn't, if you're on Dream of the Demon and just want an easy way out, I would just go for Benzai 10's Grace. And you'll do 60% extra damage, you'll be fine. Who got me into Nioh? Who inspired me for Nioh? I remember there was a guy named Gameophiliac who introduced me to Bloodborne and said I'd like it, and then, because I was playing Ninja Gaiden at the time. And then he introduced me to Nioh. You don't have to, the Yasukani Magatama you can just obtain as a guaranteed reward the first time you clear the mission with Otakimaru. So you don't have to worry about that too much. So if you beat it on Dream of the Demon, if it's your first time, you'll get it. Dude, I'm done shit. Okay, I gotta finish in 15 minutes. Yeah, there's so many please. Great player as well. Check him out when you get the chance. Yeah, Sakane Magatama is a random drop, but as you keep playing the game, you'll probably find more. Jeez. Thank God I got to the shrine. Okay, you guys hate so Ralph, you hate the crabs the most? Understandable. The crabs are so frustrating too. Okay, so... Did you feel there were more new enemies in Nioh 3 Alpha than returning ones? There were some new enemies. It just felt like it was more in general. They had a lot of new enemies. It just felt like more expansion of everything with just more room for everything else. Does Phantom Burst Counter save from grabs? No. As in, just on its own, no. I think they are keeping the clan system in Nioh 3. Pretty sure they will. Alright. Golden Seed left, so then I probably won't use Odachi. Or sorry, Tonfa. Alright, beat this boss and I gotta go. Oh, you're here? Alright, fine, you get your Tonfa. Alright, I'll play Tonfa. You want me to parry the weasel? Okay, fine. I'll try. I'll try to do that. It'll work with Odachi, so I need an Odachi. Okay. I must say, having 4-piece Ame is such a blessing. Give me my key recovery. Look at that key recovery. So good. I did get a parry. Ah. Oh well, I was trying to get the parry finish. It is what it is, but I have to go. Why do skilled players use A agility? Cause faster motion in general. That's really about it. Still amazing, I'll count it. Alright, as long as you got to enjoy yourself, then mission accomplished. Oh man, melee attack key consumption? Oh, that'd be so good if I could have that. Yeah, alright. Look at all this progress, huh? Toughness, anima charge. Yeah, okay. So I guess the next time I stream, I've got 2 submissions to do, and then 1 main mission, then I can move on. Which I think will be good. I still don't have, like, proper sets. I have some random ass scroll of the Nioh. It's optimized for loot. I guess. It's just first try. I think the best piece of equipment I have is the Yasakani. That's for sure. This is just random bullshit. I don't like this. This is nice, don't get me wrong, but like, it's kind of whatever. This is probably my best piece of equipment for the dodge and vulnerability. This has extended timely guard window. This is just for the Ame bonus. I definitely want that 4-piece. The 5-piece would be nice. This is just for increased defense, key depleted. I guess, but like it's decent. It's just not like optimized. This is some random shit. This is for item drop rate. Look at that. Stack the item drop rate. Let's go. Like, that's it. I can get more item drop rate. And then just whatever random shit. Do I have whetstones, by the way? Okay. There you go. Now I got extra item drop rate. That is what it is. Oh, alright. Oh well. Time to go. I'll finish Region 2 tomorrow. Anyway, thank you guys all so much for watching, for being here as usual, and I will see everybody on the flip side. Take care and see ya!